How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Not too bad.
How's the end of the semester coming along?
Not too bad. It's been busy. We got a bunch of papers. I had like a 15-minute presentation today right before practice, which was awesome.
Yeah.
It's been crazy so far, but hopefully we finish up strong.
Yeah. When's the semester done for you guys? Let's see.
Next Friday.
Okay.
I think the 11th I have my last assignment due, last paper, so.
Gotcha. And then
Yeah.
you guys hopefully play Boise State.
The 12th.
Yeah. Are you guys doing do you know, is there a planned Mountain West championship?
They've been talking about it, but I don't know. I don't know if we can pull it off or how it'd work, and it's getting cold, so I don't know where we'd play it. We gotta travel somewhere warm, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, hopefully. Anyways, it's all a weird year, anyways.
Yeah, there's been some talks of bowl games and stuff, but I don't even know if we can pull one of those off right now. You know what I mean? Everybody's getting more cases randomly and shutting down. Like, can you even count on it? You want to like sit around for another month almost to maybe play a game. So
Yeah,
it's tricky.
I would think, and the UW staff, your guys' coaches are probably telling just if we can play New Mexico and then play Boise, like that'd probably be great, because then
Yeah, I think so. They were talking about a bowl game early and trying to figure out how it works, but we haven't heard too much about it lately, so I don't know if that's like out of the picture or you know what I mean.
Yep. Yeah. Well, because you guys would have to figure out who wins the Mountain West, and if you guys keep having games canceled, it's kind of like you can't really pick a winner.
I think I saw today CSU and Air Force have both only played like 3 games, so
yeah,
it's such a mess.
Yeah. Well, we'll do an intro. You and I can talk. It might work out pretty good if you and I go first, and then I'm gonna have Parker on. So
Perfect.
But cool, man. Yeah, we'll talk about New Mexico. We'll talk about UNLV, and we'll go from there.
Sounds good.
Welcome back, listeners. We're back doing another Go Pokes recap show. I'm your host, Aaron Gray, and again, we've got reoccurring guest on this show, Dontae Crow, receiver for the Cowboys. Dontae, thanks for jumping on. I know you guys are getting to the end of the semester, so we were just talking before. You've got a lot of the projects due and trying to finish out the year.
Yeah.
Hang in there. It's almost done. Let's talk about UNLV. Talk about that experience. Have you been to Vegas before?
I've been to Vegas, yes, but nothing like the Raiders Stadium. That was insane. The lights, I mean, everything was so crazy. It was just fun. Like, it brings an energy, you know what I mean? And you just feel a little bit better and feel like you can run a little faster. It was sweet.
That's awesome. Did they let you guys in their locker rooms and stuff then too, or is that?
Not their locker room. They gave us the guest one, and I can't remember who played before, but our trainer said they left a bunch of tape and stuff behind, so they were pumped about that. So it was cool, and it was super nice and spread out. They had like these little, kind of like a shield around each locker, so you could like, you know what I mean? You're more protected. You can't breathe on other people, so it was cool. It was fancy.
That's awesome. That is cool. Did they pump crowd noise?
Not like crazy. Their announcers were super loud.
Yeah.
They played a lot of music, so it was like a fun scrimmage.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's awesome. I forgot that you guys played at Allegiant. Well, and aren't you guys going to Vegas again for New Mexico?
Yeah, so we played them there. They've stayed there for like 6-7 weeks nonstop. That's miserable. I can't imagine how they're feeling. But we play at UNLV's old stadium, so we'll play outside in the cold probably.
Okay.
Nice and late. I think it's 8:30 or something. So
Sure. Well,
yeah,
it won't be Laramie cold, but it'll,
it's gonna be 30 degrees night.
That's funny.
Yeah.
We're gonna add Parker Christensen. He's coming on. Let's jump on here. Parker,
What's up?
what's going on, man?
Oh, not much.
Just living the dream.
Yeah, guess so.
I like it. Well, Parker, Dontae and I were just talking about. I forgot you guys played UNLV in the Raiders stadium, and he's telling me how pretty cool that was. What were your thoughts about that?
Oh, it was sweet. It was kind of like, I don't know, felt kind of unbelievable being in there, honestly. It
Yeah.
was, I mean, it's unreal. It's a
That's
sweet.
awesome. Yeah, he was talking about their announcers. I asked him if they were pumping crowd noise in there or not, but that's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, it would have been way cooler with fans, that's for sure.
Yeah, if they would have packed it, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's all right. Well, let's see. Let's go Dontae first. Give me some reactions. We'll go Dontae first and we'll go Parker. Reactions of your guys' win over UNLV. Dontae, did we freaking talk before UNLV? We probably didn't, because then didn't you guys have a game? I don't even know if we previewed UNLV, but walk me through offensively, Dontae. We should have put Blaine on here, but up front, man, you guys just were steamrolling them. So a lot of, got the run game going, but got the play action going again. Talk about as a receiver, Dontae, just the play action and receivers getting open and making plays.
So yeah, that was important. I mean, we're doing anything we wanted with the run game, so
Yeah.
it kind of makes our jobs easier. You know what I mean? We don't have to block as much. I guess not Parker, but for us outside, it's a lot easier. I mean, when you run like that, it's like you can do whatever you want. You control the whole game, and running for 400 yards, is that what it was?
Yeah.
That just destroys a team. You know what I mean? So, and then after, it's like you can open up with some passes, and it makes it easier because they have to pack the box some more. So, it made our job super easy that game.
Yeah. Well, and I think Levi probably he probably threw over 100 yards easily, and I mean, so 400 yards on the ground. I mean, it's just you guys, had your way. Whatever you guys wanted to do offensively. Parker, I'm gonna call you out, or actually not call you out, but did you think you scored?
Yeah, I for sure thought I did. I was running off on the sideline, and Coach Bull was like, "Hang on," and I looked up and on the, replay and saw my foot on the line, but I was pretty pissed. But yeah,
That's all right. No, I wanted to, looking live, it's like, oh man, you ran the rope and it's like he probably scored, and then you look and you're like, that little white line. But that, we were just talking about play action that came off, kind of like a what we run up here in Sheridan, kind of that spine look. Is that what?
Yeah.
Walk me through that play a little bit, because that you guys are running the ball effectively, and then you can run that play action.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's kind of essentially like a run play where me as like being a tight end or fullback would essentially come back and like swipe block our defensive end, but instead we kind of just bypass that, run out into the flat, and it's play action with how the defensive end reads it, and it's just a little dump off pass, which is kind of funny you say the spine thing, because Coach Jay texted me after the game and brought that up. He's like, "Yeah, it looks like a spine route," and I didn't even think of that until he said that. But yeah.
I don't think Coach Julian's mind ever turns off.
No,
That's funny. Well, was that your first catch too, Parker?
No, I caught a reception against Hawaii
Okay,
for like 7 yards or something, but
gotcha. Okay. That's funny. Yeah, yeah, it looked like you scored, but it was, replay
I
guy.
for sure thought I did.
That's all right. That's all right. Um, Dontae, let's go to now. Hopefully, I don't screw anything up, but because I saw Boise, whoever Boise's playing tomorrow, that got canceled. But knock on wood, hopefully you guys still get to play New Mexico on Saturday. But we'll go Dontae. Man, how many games has New Mexico played? I think they've had a lot canceled. But what are we expecting offensively? And Dontae, you don't need to say let's run the ball because that's that's the UW standard. But for a receiver, do they do anything coverage wise? Do they got some guys on the back end that we need to worry about?
They switch up their coverages a lot, so they're kind of tricky. I wouldn't be surprised if they pack the box, you know what I mean? Try to play our run game, just because most teams are known to do that at this point. Because we're pretty good at what we do, so that should open up our passing game some. But anything happens. You just have to react to them. I think they run like a lot of cover 2, cover 4, and they have another rover player. So that kind of makes all the reads a little bit more difficult because he kind of does his own thing. So it's just more reacting, you know what I mean, once we get into the ball game and just see how they're playing.
Right. Yeah, and that'll be interesting. Coming off a 400-yard rushing game, you would think they're going to try and pack the box and probably play more man, but cover 2 could be effective to keep the corners there. We'll talk kicking here in a second, but Parker, what's they're probably not anything exotic up front, but you're probably in those. I wouldn't say you're probably with the linemen, but being that tight end fullback, is there anything that they do differently with their linebackers that you're looking for on the run plays?
Well, kind of like what Dontae said, they're kind of tricky with how they're constantly mixing up their defense, especially their defensive front. They do a lot of twisting and games up front, so that kind of puts some stress on the O-line and our blocking schemes on how we have to fit up things. But that the rover that they have, they call it like the Lobo. He's kind of just does his own thing, so you kind of got to account for that everywhere. But yeah, they like to change things up a lot up front, so we kind of just gotta sift through our rules and everything and make plays on the fly.
Gotcha. So kind of, would you guys say similar to Hawaii a little bit? They have a kind of that free player, and then they switch their fronts a little bit.
Yeah, similar, I would say.
Okay. Well, you guys had a good game against Hawaii, so let's see here. To go on that thread, Parker, not at this point in the game, with the O-line coming back healthy, experienced group, at this point, the message probably for the run game is work through the rules, that they might get a play or two, but just work through the rules. We know what we're doing. Is that kind of the mentality at this point for running the ball?
Yeah, our offensive line is pretty – they were pretty dominant last game, as you could see. We got a pretty steady offensive line that creates a lot of movement. And like I say, we've been running the ball so effectively just coming off that last game. I think it'll be able to open up some other things for our receivers and pass game and everything like that. So, I definitely like to see that come in, especially just expand our game. But, that's kind of the ideal. It's just, I think we understand our rules and everything, just kind of just create movement really.
Well, those guys up front aren't small, so they can get some people moving.
Yeah.
Dontae's, this is getting kind of to the end of the year. We've talked about Levi a lot, but is there some things, if needed, I don't want to, put you guys in a bad spot, but if it's a shootout, have you guys started looking at kind of going spread and, how's Levi doing at the end of the year, sinking into his role as, he is the starter, obviously, with Sean being hurt?
So we definitely have a bunch of like different options, you know what I mean? If we need to take a chance and make a big play, I'm sure we have a plan for that. So we have like a bunch of plays, and I mean, we go over them, 6-7 times a week. That won't even get called when we get to the game.
Right.
And just like in case of emergency, you know what I mean? Different plays for different situations. So we always have something like up our sleeve like that. But I think Levi's really stepping up. You know what I mean? He's taking a beating. If you watch our games, they're getting a lot of pressure on him just to stop our run game. And when he drops it back, he's either delivering and getting hit or trying to scramble and get hit. So, I mean, he's really stepped up a lot and made big plays for us. So I think he's grown a ton. He's somebody you can just like look at and understand he's going to be like in the fight no matter what. He's tough like that. So it's been fun. And then I think, yeah, if we need to open up, you know what I mean, and really air it out, I think he's the guy. He could do it too.
Yeah. He's got, I have a feeling he's got that, if the coaches let him, we can chuck it, go air raid.
Yeah.
So, no, that's good. I just kind of curious, coming off a 400-yard rush game, you got to talk about the, throwing the ball a little bit if we ever need to. Let's talk kicking, Dontae. What are we expecting from New Mexico? Do they got a good kicker? Do they got a good cover team?
Didn't Coach Moore say their punter was super good? He kind of mentioned something like that, didn't he?
Yeah, their punter can put it down pretty far, but
so I heard he's like solid, but when it comes down to it, you know what I mean? It's just the same roles. You got to block everybody and just hope we find a seam.
Yep.
I don't think they gave up a big return on kickoff either. I think like their longest one was like 23 or 28. So, I mean, they're doing pretty good on all their coverages. So it looks pretty solid.
Yeah. Yeah, because Parker, are you on most of those probably punt return and kickoff return?
Yeah, I'm on like all of them.
Yeah. So they got a good kicker. So it's hopefully a field position game probably if he's kicking good.
Yeah.
Have you guys taken one to the house on anything yet?
I think I don't even remember the last time we've actually scored on a return here. It might have been a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard at elevation. You've had a couple long ones though, Dontae. You've had 40-ish.
Yeah, I think Hawaii I did, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a chance. I think we keep working on our schemes, and I think they keep improving. So there's always a lot more hope, you know what I mean, every week. So I think we're gonna pop one soon.
All right, that's good to hear. Yeah, said it here first. I like it. Well, what else is new, guys? We don't have to just talk about football the whole time. Parker, how's your first? You're getting run through the fire here on your first year of college sports.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of worked out. Like, I mean, I don't want to say it's been a terrible year because, I mean, I've been able to play football,
Yep.
and be able to get out on the field, which is a lot different than last year. But, I mean, it's definitely been tough. I mean, with everybody, this whole COVID deal is kind of hurting everybody. And, I mean, I think the biggest thing is really just how many unknowns there are. Like, we don't know if we're going to play ever. Like, every week it's like, you go in and you get your nose swabbed, and it's like you could be doing everything right, but you don't know. You're always worried about you could pop positive, And so there's just so many unknowns. I think that's what's probably made it the most difficult for me.
Yeah. Yeah, and Dontae, you and I mean, shoot, the first couple ones we did of these, it's kind of like, it's the day before a game. It's like, I don't know if we're playing or not. It's kind of one of those, just got to roll with it.
I think they said last week, I can't remember what team it was. It might have been San Jose State, but they either traveled somewhere or somebody traveled to them.
Boise.
They're there, yeah. And then they canceled it like super last minute. So just like things like that, just difficult. You know what I mean? You want to like buy in, but it's like, okay, this one, like something could happen. And when you're all bought in, you kind of it just hurts a little bit. You work so hard. So it's difficult, but I think we're doing, good things here in New Mexico. Definitely is. They've been locked down for so long. I still can't imagine what they're going through. I know they have meetings all the time, and I don't know. Yeah.
Well, because Dontae, you were saying they're like in Vegas, right? Like they're like.
Yep. They're in like a bubble, staying at the hotel. Sure, they have roommates. I think
Yep.
they practice in the morning. They're done at like 10:30. They go to class, and then it's like you can't tell a coach you have something to do because you really don't. You have to go back to your hotel room. So, I mean, I'm sure they're meeting all the time. I don't know. It's got to be brutal.
Yeah.
I wonder what the rules are on that, because, or I don't want to throw the Mountain West under the bus, but because isn't there's only an amount of time the coaches can be with you, or I wonder if that's changed with Zoom, because it's like I'm not actually meeting with you, I'm just on Zoom.
Yeah, I'm sure. I don't know. I guess it's kind of hard to like regulate what they're really doing either way. You know what I mean? They're so isolated. You don't get any touch with the outside world really. So
Yeah.
That's gotta be tough.
Could you guys imagine doing that? Because right now, for people that just might listen to the audio, Parker's in his own thing and Dontae's in his own thing. Can you guys imagine being in a hotel and you guys still had to be like in your rooms with your roommates for like 4 weeks?
it would just be, I'm thinking like even when it comes to school, like having a roommate, they're going to be in the same room. Like say they're like playing video games or something like that. It's going to mess with you. So you're like, okay, I don't want to do schoolwork. Or say you have to stay up late. Well, that means your roommate's staying up late too because you guys are stuck on the same schedule. So it'd just be, I don't know. I couldn't do it. I don't think.
School would definitely be tough.
Yeah.
That'd make it tough, especially being able to like if you do have just like in a hotel room with a roommate, it's not like you can really have any like alone time at all.
Yeah.
And there's always, I'm sure it's always about football all the time.
They're going through it. Give a little,
Yeah.
I was gonna say that really probably tests how much you like it so much. That.
Yeah.
Man,
Mhm.
that would. Well, and then roommates. I don't know how they would pick that. You probably. I don't know.
Well, you didn't get to pick. If they picked for us, I mean, you didn't like your roommate too. You know how long that'd be.
Oh,
7 weeks straight with somebody you don't really like get along with, or you know what I mean. I couldn't.
Oh God, yeah. So see, you guys gotta look at the positives. You guys are, can still play and don't have to be locked down. Let's ask this. Yeah, what's Dontae? What's your plan? Well, I guess I don't know. You guys don't even freaking know if you guys are able to play these last two games, if they're gonna do a championship or a bowl game. But school will be done in 2 weeks. What's
I mean,
I guess, yeah.
like if we can, of course, I'll go back home. You know what I mean? Enjoy a little time away, spend the holidays with family. If there's a bowl game, I don't know how that works, but I think they're saying it would be around the 27th. And I mean, clearly we can't leave because we'll have to come right back to everything would have quarantine. So that'd be tricky. So I mean, basically we're just waiting to figure out if we get to go home. I'm going to go home and relax, eat good food, bug my family for a little bit, and then get ready to get sent back down here and go through everything again, I guess.
Yep, spring ball. Parker, you're probably this. You guys are in the same boat.
yeah. If we get to go home, go home and spend some time with family for sure.
Yep.
Looking forward to that.
What do you guys know? Because there's some guys on the team. Do they go home? Like, what do they do? Like, do they just stay in Laramie, or what's it's probably weird for some of those guys that may be from bigger cities. Do you guys know?
I'm sure if you're going to go home, everybody's going to go home.
Yeah.
You don't like get homesick necessarily being here for that long, but you definitely need to get away for a little bit and just get your mind right, because it's like a grind all the time when we're here. So any time away just to like relax is just, you need to take advantage of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think most dudes usually, as soon as we get to go home, everybody kind of just takes off.
Yeah. Man, that'd be rough, guys. If you guys, man, you guys would be down there for Christmas then. If there was a bowl game after Christmas, that'd be.
Yeah, be like Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, shoot. What else? Anything else on your guys' school?
That's really about it.
All right. Well, when you guys leaving tomorrow on Friday in the afternoon?
I'm sure. They just sent us the schedule. I didn't look at it yet. Have you?
Yeah, I think it was somewhere around 4:30 or no. Yeah, 4:30 I think is when we leave.
Oh, okay.
So we got
Not too bad.
meetings and stuff.
Yeah.
Always meetings, guys. Always meetings.
Exactly.
Well, guys. Thanks for jumping on, Parker. If you can every week, let's do it. Dontae's been doing it. I think we missed one or two, but that's all right. But yeah, thanks for jumping on, guys. And then so we heard it here. So we're gonna get a return. Parker will get a score. Dontae needs to get a score. We're gonna go air raid on New Mexico. This is what I was gonna say, Dontae, because if you guys can play these last two games, the big thing's gonna be Boise, because their game got canceled. But because you got UW and Boise, I think you guys are, whatever, 1 and 2. That'd be the if anything, you guys get the Mountain West, champs with the asterisks, of course, but that'd still be pretty cool.
Yeah, that wouldn't be bad at all. Just the weather needs to warm up a little bit. Today at practice, at the end of it, it's freezing. So, I mean.
Yeah, that might be a cold game.
Yeah.
We had 50 degrees up here in Sheridan. It was kind of nice.
We had 30 and windy, so.
It's the wind. It's always the wind.
Yeah.
That wind chilled, fellas. That'll get you.
Yeah.
But well, guys, thanks again jumping on. Hopefully we get to see you for Christmas. If not, keep grinding it out, and we'll definitely catch up in person. But like I said, thanks for jumping on, guys, and travel safe and good luck on Saturday.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
See you guys.
Yeah.
Yep.